Good morning, good afternoon, and happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. And the fifth day of Yule. Tonight will be the sixth night as sunset comes. And I wanted to share a few more things about the 12 days of Yule and just Christmas time and these festivals that we get to observe and participate in and create ritual through and enjoy with ourselves, with our family, with our friends, with our loved ones, with our love. And that's what it's all about, like the gift of being and the gift of love, the gift of life that we get to share, be, offer, give, receive, and experience and enjoy. And it's all about joy, and it's all about wonder and magic and being alive. Um, Letting that life be expressed through us and be expressed through our own lives. And yeah, that's the gift. And we're the gifts. And we get to see that and realize that self realization in and through our own ways of being and becoming and remembering and awakening and being born, becoming who we are, all we are, for all we are, through all we are, through all ways, through all life's ways, through all her ways, through all God's ways, through all love's ways. And it is a time to, gather and be still and be cozy and to celebrate and to share and to give and to receive and to be with each other and to be present. And that's our gift that we get to give to ourselves, is our presence and our acceptance and our reception. So engagement with life and reception, and those words, there's kind of some deep meanings and correspondences and qualities that those words hold. And it is like kind of interesting how we do use them in a certain sense when we're talking about marriage, like a reception, having a reception, or like the engagement part of that relationship, engaging and meeting each other, and signifies a union of some kind. And so the two that come together as one, and the two that are one, or the one that are two. And I have this little symbol, and I thought it was a perfect symbol today. Two hearts is one, and they're shining and they're in bloom. And so it's over here with Mr. Burns. He's holding he's holding it for me right now. But I had a good time talking about and sharing about Yule in my last video for my happy Yuletide cheer and peace and goodwill and well wishes to all. And inviting. It's an invitation. If we're not feeling, that peace right now, that's okay. Like, because there is a lot of like unsettled things and unresolved things, or that feel unresolved or unsettled right now. And I know that a lot of us are going through some discouraging times and some despair and some dark times and the dark night of the soul, and doing our best to find our way through that darkness into the light. We can shine that. We can shine that from within. We can call in that inner peace. We can call in what we need. We can call it in, call upon it, and bring it forth and through us. But and meet everything that we're feeling, experiencing with love, with compassion. Asking for that grace, that amazing grace, and the miracle of forgiveness, and the miracle of returning, and that miracle of being born again through the light. And it does happen from within. And we can claim that, and we can invite that in from within. And so peace, that's one of the highest vibrations that we can hold for ourselves and for each other. And there's one of my favorite chants, holds that that light of dynamic peace, the peace that radiates from within outward and can be shared with others. And I did a little discipline about 2 years ago where I was just playing with this mantra, and a little tune came to me, and it's just a really beautiful, sweet, sweet song. And I want to share it with you for Christmas and for this time. And yeah, just offer it in the ways that it wants to come through me. And share it with the intention of peace, peace for all, peace for me, goodwill, peace and clarity, peace for all. Peace starts with me. Peace is available within me. My peace. This is my peace. My peace that I need for me. Yes, love's peace. And I am this peace, and I know this peace is me. And so the mantra is Om Shanti Om. And yeah, it just feels really good too. It feels like really nourishing and sweet and supportive and true. And so, Om Shanti Om. 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 Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. To you, to me. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. All this love and peace for we. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. I receive this peace for me. I am this peace. I know this peace. I know this peace is me. I praise this peace. I thank this peace. I bless this peace for me. I am this peace. I know this peace. I'll be this peace for me. I'll be this peace. I'll share this peace. I'll free this peace for me. I love this peace. I am this peace. I know this peace is me. So, inviting that in. Inviting that peace in. To be the peace we need. To free the peace we need. To share the peace. And be the peace. And free the peace. For we. Yeah. In our own ways of being. We can be that peace for we. We can share this peace and love this peace and bless this peace for we. We can own this peace and free this peace and be this peace. So be. So be as we are now and be here. Yeah. And be at peace. Be one at peace. Be at peace. Be at peace. Be at peace within ourselves. And so, yeah. That's what we get to choose. We get to choose peace. We get to invite peace. We get to welcome peace. We get to allow peace. We get to free the peace. We get to make room, clear some space for that peace. Release and recenter and know that peace is here, peace is available, and it is clear. So just wanted to offer that. Yeah, so we can be at peace with ourselves. No matter what's going on out there, we can be at peace, and we can choose peace, and we can embody this peace. And so that's what I love about this magic too, is inviting in what we want, inviting in what feels right, inviting what we need, inviting the love that we want to see, receive, be, share, and offer. And so, yeah, we can invite that into our lives, and we can embody that, we can manifest it, we can create it, we can bring it forth. We can bring it forth and through. Yeah, there is a lot, of things that don't feel very peaceful right now. And it's for us to be able to see and to bring that peace, from within, to create a more coherent picture, or to be where we are, to be as we are, and to be at peace where we are, as we are. And so we can invite that joy too, that joy that's always available, that joy that holds all of it, the joy and the love and the mercy and the compassion and the abundance of the great heart that holds it all. And that just reminds me of another mantra, which is Om Shri Maha Lakshmiyai Swaha. Om Shri Maha Lakshmiyai Swaha. And that one is for the great feminine principle of abundance. And that one is a powerful one, and that one I've always loved. And Om Shri Maha Lakshmiyai Swaha. That's the abundance of the great heart, of the great mother, the great mother's heart, the great heart that holds it all. And we hold that heart within us too, as well. It's part of our well-being. And that heart frees, receives, carries, holds, loves, offers, shares, gives, and releases all. And that's the power of abundance, with all those parts of the whole, for all. And I'll just sing a little bit of that song because that wants to come through right now. And so, Om Shri Maha Lakshmiyai Swaha. 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 Swaha is I offer to the highest realms. I offer to all. I offer. And because of the devotion that we have, we share it. And we offer it. We offer it to all. It comes through us, but it's an offering for all, and for all we are, and for all we love, and for all there is. So I love that. I love that abundance. Abundance and joy and clarity and peace. So there's one more chant that wants to be expressed. And this is the divine light within the sacred heart. Om Namo Narayana. That's the name of that truth within the heart. And that is symbolized too by the flame, by the hearth, by the heart, by the fireplace of the home, the center. There's a secret chakra that is 2 finger lengths beneath the heart. And that is where the dweller of that flame of truth, is sparked from. It's Om Namo Narayana. And I have a little chant about that, or a little snippet on that in my book Healing Mantras by Thomas Ashley Ferrand. And I found this a couple years ago and I was just blown away by it, how beautiful this mantra is. And I have it marked by a bookmark. It says Inner Wisdom. And it's a mantra for seeing the self within and the universe as one. Narayana is the inner eternal flame located in the Hrit Padma, or the sacred heart, an 8-petaled secret chakra 2 finger widths below the heart center. It manifests according to one's devotion. The single attribute accounts for wonderful and fulfilling experiences for genuine seekers on one hand, and for tremendous confusion on the other. In the Narayana Suktam, it is said that Narayana is Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. It is the light dwelling in the sacred heart that conforms to the devotion of each person. Thus, when Narayana manifests, it is the person's chosen ideal. This causes confusion because different people have different chosen ideals. The experience of a divine vision of the beloved is so powerful that the experiencer believes the experience is absolute instead of relative. One person may see Krishna and another Jesus. The confusion arises because not every divine experience of these beings is authentic in the sense of a real visitation. Sometimes it is the sacred heart manifesting due to the intense devotion of the person. Om Namo Narayana takes the sayer to sublime spiritual realms where spiritual questions are answered and great truths are revealed. Spiritual encounters with the divine beloved can be positively life-transforming. Actual sages from antiquity who are dwelling in the subtle realms may appear and instruct. Desires may suddenly be fulfilled. This mantra is both wonderful and mysterious. So Om Namo Narayana. Om is the name of Narayana, the flame of truth. So I really appreciated the beauty of this, and I played with this chant. I believe I also did a discipline for 40 days with it, and I really enjoyed singing it and what came through for me in a lot of ways, and through all her ways. And so, Om Namo Narayana. 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 Naraya is, the inner flame of truth. Narayana. Yeah. So those have been coming up for me lately. Those chants. Om Shanti Om and Om Shri Maha Lakshmi Swaha and Om Namo Narayana. Also, compassion. Namo Kuanchi and Pusa. Compassion for all. Compassion for all we are. Compassion for all we're experiencing, all we're going through, all we're clearing, all we're healing, all we're feeling, all we're gathering. And yeah, all that's coming up for us and through us and for our well being, for us to see, for us to realize, for us to receive. Yeah, for us to realize, for us to see and reconcile and be at peace. And so may we all be at peace. May we all receive what we need to receive for our well being. May we all see what we need to see. May we all feel what we need to feel and release what we need to release, what we get to release, what we get to choose, what we get to be, who we get to be, who we get to show up and be, receive, share, offer, honor, allow, and yeah, see for we. May we all receive all we need for our well-being, for our healing, for our being, for who we are, and for who we will become, who we would become, who we shall become. Yeah, may we receive it as we are, right as we are, right here as we are, in our presence, in our receptivity. And so, yeah, sometimes it's not so easy to allow and surrender and be where we are, be right where we are, be here where we are, here as we are. And yeah, that's just something we get to practice and we get to play with and we just get to be with and remember and just allow the journey of that, forgetting and remembering and being all we are. Yeah, it's a dance and it's a song and it's a play and it's a story and it's all of this for all of us to be and to become. And continuity, that's what it's all about right now. It's continuity. And so, yeah, that's what Yule, like to me, yeah, that's the wheel. Yule is a word for wheel. And the wheel is an inexhaustible symbol that holds all things. So that's pretty cool too. And yeah, I just wanted to share some things on the cycles that we're going through and just some of the wisdom that's available and just some gems and some nuggets that I love about winter and this time and some really amazing traditions and just some food for thought and my humble offerings that I have to share and give and be and free for me to share with we to forgiving. And there's been a lot of that lately, forgiving and releasing old things and releasing old ways that no longer serve me so that new ways of being can come into being, can come in through my being and can create something new, true, and full that is aligned with who I am, with who we are, with who she is, with all thou art. And life is art. And so let's get messy and create something beautiful. And sometimes the creative process looks a little scary, and sometimes it feels kind of terrible sometimes, or it can scare us a lot. And that's part of it too. And so it is beautiful, terrible, and amazing all at the same time. And that's like, that just kind of reminds me of joy, like how joy includes all of it. And I really liked this definition of joy that I found in this book, Letting Go, by David R. Hawkins. It's The Pathway of Surrender. And yeah, I really did appreciate what joy holds, the scale of emotions. The first one is peace. This is experienced as perfection, bliss, effortlessness, and oneness. It is a state of non-duality beyond separateness and beyond the intellect, as in the peace that passeth all understanding. It is described as illumination and enlightenment. It is rare in the human realm. And that was like, kind of scored at like a vibration, like these vibrational levels of these qualities and these emotions. and peace is the top one. And there's a number by it that says 600. And then below that is joy, which is at 540. And this says joy, love that is unconditional and unchanging despite circumstances and actions of others. The world is illuminated by exquisite beauty, which is seen in all things. The perfection of creation is self-evident. There is closeness. Let's see. Maybe glasses would help. There is closeness to unity and discovery of self, compassion for all, enormous patience, the feeling of at-oneness with others and a concern for their happiness. A sense of self-completion and self-sufficiency prevails. And below that is love at 500, a way of being that is forgiving and nurturing and supportive. It does not proceed from the mind, rather it emanates from the heart. Love focuses on the essence of a situation, not the details. It deals with wholes, not particulars. As perception is replaced with vision, it takes no position and sees the intrinsic value and lovability of all that exists. And so there are a lot more of the emotions and things, and yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting just because I've been working with joy and inviting joy into my life and asking myself, where am I in resistance to the joy that's available right now? And just like seeing into some of those things and seeing that, the resistance may be there, but I can still surrender to the resistance, or surrender like my beliefs about the resistance, and still invite and claim that joy and open to that joy that is available, and receive and feel and be that joy. Yeah, that joy that's available now. And so, yeah, that's what I choose. And I choose to invite joy. So what are we inviting into our lives? We can be with like all the things and all the feelings that are here, and meet them with love, and meet them with joy, and meet them with curiosity, and meet them with peace, and meet them like in detachment as well, and be willing to hold that space for love and faith and joy and peace and grace and strength. So that reminds me of something that I read that when I really needed it, it popped up for me. And it's so funny how those things, just come when we need them, to help us remember and to help us remind, to change our minds, to help us unwind, to help us remove the binds of the mind, of that illusion of separation, fragmentation, and incompleteness that we may feel. And remember that all is well, and it's all held in the wheel of all things, and in the great heart, and in this well-being. And there was something about how we're going through the 7 stages of grief. It was written a couple months ago by Corey Lynn, I believe her name is, from Corey's Digs. She's a really awesome investigative journalist. And this article and this piece of hers like really resonated with me really strongly, because I could see that was a big thing that we were all going through as a collective, and that I could see it in our individual lives, the 7 stages of grief, and how that process kind of plays itself out sometimes. And it's not like it's not a linear, like a A to B process. It's a cycle, and it's non-linear, and it does kind of loop around on itself sometimes. Sometimes we can spend more time in the anger and frustration before we're ready to like move into acceptance about things. But it just is all about a divine order and divine timing, and just allowing ourselves like the process of that cleansing, healing, grieving, all of it. And I would like to share some of it, but first I would like to share a little bit of a prayer and a blessing to send love out to send love and compassion and goodwill and well wishes to all, and to my family, and to my friends, and to my loved ones, and yeah, to all who are open to receive. Yeah, and hold that, make room for it, and invite it, and all that it means. Yeah, all that it can be, all that it can generate. Yeah, all that it can bless, honor, praise. Because it's all about blessings and praises and celebration right now, to celebrate and be thankful and give thanks and offer, to share like these gifts that we have, um, that we've grown and that we've harvested and that we've cultivated and that we've invited into our lives and put our energy into and manifested in this last cycle and season of growth for ourselves and for the earth and for life and for each other and for the whole. Yeah. So lots of love and blessings and peace and goodwill to you. Sending lots of love to all of you, and prayers of goodwill, love, peace, and compassion for our fullest healing. May love be served, and may our highest love and truth be honored, served, recognized, and received. May we all learn and grow and remember all we need to create our own ways of wellness, to return home to our true well-being through our own journeys and paths on our individual and collective journeys of the one great awakening. Love returning to source, love returning to ourselves. Can we allow ourselves and each other the space to grieve, feel, heal, and reveal all that's being given and offered to we? Are we receptive? Can we soften, allow, and open to release, integrate, receive, and reclaim all that love is offering and asking us to be? Love is offering and asking, yeah, for the allowance to be, and to be received. Responsibilities, how do we respond? Yeah, that's our ability to respond and receive and, yeah, see it, recognize it, honor it, bless it, thank it, yeah, open to it, receive it, forgiving. And so, yeah, this little article about reaction and about the 7 stages of grief, I thought it was really freaking amazing, and it really, yeah, helped me remember to bring it all back to the center, and the scattered parts that we feel are dismembered. And then we get to remember, reclaim, and gather them all into one again through that heart, through that center. Yeah, through taking a breath and pausing and observing, yeah, and softening and opening, being receptive to what is being offered, to the true message, to the true gift that's being offered, that we may not always see, like when it's presented, but if we bring our presence to it and we can recenter and we can be receptive, the truth is always there. The truth of it is always there for us to receive if we're willing to receive it. So, reaction is everything. It drives your thoughts, emotions, possibilities, opportunities, and hopelessness. Each piece of information or action that is witnessed is another reaction, and in that reaction is the reflection of yourself, revealing your innermost hopes, fears, and doubts. For each person, it is different. Though everyone may feel rage over a specific incident, the rage is triggered for different reasons in each person, and the reactions vary. Recognizing and reconciling all of this brings necessary awareness. Each action is another mirror, another self-discovery. While everyone is using all of their energy to focus on what is taking place outside of them, it is fueling anger, fear, anxiety, and depression, while creating a mass-scale collective energy bomb of lowly vibration that perpetuates and manifests a furtherance of the same negative energy. Don't get stuck on their hamster wheel. It's a trap. People are often afraid of the unknown, not knowing what's going to happen next, of change, of lack, and of not being in control. We are in the thick of that forest right now, but there is a path that one can follow through the forest instead of getting lost. Letting go of control is probably the hardest part for most. Following the path of faith and knowing that no matter what happens, it is as it should be, and for reasons much bigger than you or I. This path is lit. You need to trust in yourself and take the first step. Remove all of the chaos from your mind. Let go for a moment. Breathe deeply and put one foot in front of the other. Judgment is a hurdle for everyone right now, as it feels that there is much to be judged. In a battle of evil versus good or dark versus light, where everyone involved feels that they are in the right and everyone is judging each other, it turns to a dark pool of mud that entraps all. The longer one remains in anger and judgment, the more hardened their heart becomes, the more pain they feel, and love takes a back seat. What would happen if, with each reaction or statement that comes from anger and judgment, one were to balance it with love in their heart and mind simultaneously? In fighting this battle, if we lose ourselves, if we turn over our soul to rage, if we push love to the side, what will become of us? We are fighting necessary battles on multiple fronts right now. But do not lose sight of what we are fighting for, or the dark will win. Remember, they relish in power and control, and that includes breaking you and your spirit. They gather energy from this, and they find joy in it. Let these mirrors reveal that which you wish to shed, and project back the strength, power, and love in you that will diminish their power. I once knew someone who was a sociopath. She tried relentlessly to get me to push my buttons, to figure out how to take my power away. She couldn't do it. It made her furious. I wouldn't react, or I would just simply smile. One day, after 2 long years, she finally did it. I lost my cool and I screamed. Something I have done less than 5 times in my entire life. Do you know what she did? She had no comeback, nothing to say at all, because she had achieved her goal. She finally broke me for 1 minute, and she smiled. That's all she did, a great big smile. Here's the reality to this scenario. She expended an enormous ounce of energy for 2 full years and remained angry and frustrated over not being able to get under my skin, while I stood back and I watched her energy drain. That's a huge investment on her part. The moral to the story is, don't overexpend your energy on dark forces, because they gain energy from it and will drain you in the process if you feed into it. Use your energy wisely and in positive ways as often as possible. Take action to achieve goals, not just to spew anger. Everyone is feeling fatigue from this battle. If you don't pace yourself, ground yourself, and balance yourself, you will run out of fuel. Defining goals and bringing things into a realistic perspective while making sure you are utilizing your energy in the most effective way will go a long way. No matter how much each of us may feel that we are individuals in this battle all alone, and some are terribly burdened with loneliness and depression right now, the fact is we are all in this together because we are all fighting the same demons and are all feeling the repercussions. Even when a new piece of unconstitutional mandate or law goes into effect in a state we don't live in, we all actively and collectively rally for our fellow citizens in those states because we see the injustice and we fight for all of our brothers and sisters. The same goes for our brothers and sisters in other countries. What we are experiencing on a global scale is a sense of unity that is so profound and so significant to the future of mankind. It is important to continue to lift each other up more than anything right now. We need to remain strong, compassionate, and clear-minded to take action against these injustices. If we allow ourselves to sink to their depths and to lose focus, we will lose the battle. I think an analogy can be made for the 7 stages of grief, that it seems to parallel our collective experience even though our minds ponder separately. So shock and denial, most have long surpassed this. Pain and guilt, so many have felt the pain and betrayal. Some have felt guilt for buying into their schemes for so long. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Anger and bargaining. Oh, we've hit anger all right. Many are still stuck here. There has been an awful lot of bargaining taking place in the government, but for most of us, we want a hard line. So that's interesting how we kind of get stuck in that anger, and sometimes our ego's the one that's doing the bargaining, Yeah, it's kind of interesting to look at. Anyways, the next one is depression. Depression. I believe most people have experienced this, even if short lived, over these past months. It's been a rough ride. Psychological warfare on our loved ones is difficult to witness, and spiritual warfare against all of us can be exhausting. The upward turn. We are almost here. In fact, as difficult as it is to see through the forest, there are signs pointing in an upward direction. Keep the faith. Reconstruction and working through. This will be the single most important part to all of this. We need all hands on deck in reconstruction and creating new systems. We've spent so much time on deconstruction and are still fighting to prevent their NWO plans of reconstructions. Don't let the well go empty because a lot of work lies ahead. So let's not burn ourselves out. Let's take care of ourselves and take this time for regeneration and rest too when we need to. And let ourselves surrender and be held, because we are supported, and we can call on that faith and that strength and that mercy and that grace, and ask to see, what we haven't been able to see, and know that we are held and that we are supported by the mother and by that great heart and by the love that holds us and holds all of us, and by the love that we hold within us. Through that love can show us acceptance and hope, because this is a time for hope, and there is promises for new life and rebirth. But yes, it is also a time for death and for letting go and surrendering. So acceptance and hope. This will be a combination of heartache and hope. There will be new changes moving forward, and some of those things we will not like, which will require acceptance. I'm not referring to our constitutional rights being taken away. That is something we should never stop fighting for. But there will be change, some good and some not so good. Hope will be in the opportunities to create some of the changes we wish to see, and that is already happening. So don't get lost in the house of mirrors. See it for what it is. It is a gift to show you all aspects of yourself, to unleash every emotion and force you to feel, to process and see truths. It is what is needed for people to move beyond the illusions, including those they've had about themselves. So set your intentions and settle your intentions. Draw from your heart and act on them. You got this. That was kind of awesome, because you got this. That keeps coming up. I saw that the other day when I went to get my hair done, got my roots all touched up, and I looked up and there's a sign that says, you got this. And so, I like that. That popped up today for me. You got this. You got this. It's okay. And just having a conversation with my husband today about how we get to remember. And sometimes part of that remembering is we get to forget sometimes. So forgetting, we get to remember. And we also get to allow forgetting. And then we get to remind ourselves, change our mind, remind the mind. Of what we already know, or what our heart already knows. What we already know to be true. That real inner truth from the inner flame of truth, the inner flame that we have within us to know and to see the truth. So, yes, and that is, awesome. Seeing the light within the darkness. Yes, seeing through the darkness, through shining that light, and seeking that light, and finding that light, and kindling and resparking that light, and attending to that flame, and attending to the hearth fires, and attending to the home, and attending to the soul, and attending to what's asking to be known. And so there's all of that. All of that goodness in that, and all of that. And so there's a little thing that I wrote a couple years ago when I was kind of making up my own mantras, or letting them come through me to help me remember and remind myself of these things and these truths. And I wrote down, if I'm not claiming all my power, then I'm giving it away. So I claim my sparkle, I claim my shine, and I claim my shitty. It's all mine. No need to fix, pretend, or defend. Just allow me to be all that I am. Be open to receiving, to receive all of me, to receive all that I am. And so, That's my shenaniganery. My sparkle, my shine, and my shitty. It's all mine. And I'll claim it, and I'll use it, and I'll free it, because it's mine. And it's love. Um, yeah, mine and thine. And yeah, it's a part of me. So I'm not going to reject that shittiness or that foolishness or that whateverness that I thought wasn't enough, because that's actually what makes me full and whole and humble and connects me uh, to all and reminds me of my power as well. And so that's what I'll claim, and I'll own for myself. Yeah, all of it. My bullshit, my power, my freedom, and my responsibility, my accountability, all my abilities to be, to share, and to shine. And so, yeah, my internal freedom is allowing me to be whole, well, full, and free. All I am for all of me. All I am, my love for me. And so, yeah, those are some good reminders and some gifts that keep giving for giving. Yeah. So the wheel, spinning on the wheel, going around and around and up and down and back and forth, all around the wheel. And that's, yeah, that's just what we get to do sometimes. We get to go for a little ride, and it is a rough ride, and it is sometimes a rough time. And come back to the center to unwind and remind. Yeah. And to receive that peace and ask for clarity and just be with ourselves as we feel confused and in the mud or in the fog, and offer us that love, because that's part of it too. The confusion is a part of that, and the foolishness is a part of the wisdom, because it cannot exist alone unto itself. So we can remember that and embrace being the fool, the wise one and the fool. They're the one that is two and the two that is one, and the zero, the zero that holds it all, the container. Yeah. The beginning and the end. Yeah, of all. And so, yeah, that's like the cycles of growth and continuity. And so we just had our winter solstice, and we're in the middle of Yule right now. The 12 days. And there are all sorts of different fun holidays and traditions around the world to celebrate this time. And yeah, it's pretty awesome, pretty rich. And just, yeah, some of the things that I've learned and I've played with. Like I really like the Celtic traditions, and I also like the Norse, mythologies, and yeah, some of those like from the Vikings and like the old Germanic tribes, and yeah, yeah, the Celts. So yeah, it's so rich and awesome, and I love learning about it, and I just love like yeah, the hidden symbolism and the hidden wealth in the abundance of those stories, those traditions, symbols, gifts, virtues, all the qualities to focus on, the things that they can teach us and show us about life and about ourselves and about the opportunities that are being presented and gifted always, and always available. But there are different stages and phases and changes that we go through in the wheel of life, and through our own cycles and seasons of life. And now that's why I also love like the traditional Chinese medicine too, and their wisdom, and like learning about those qualities, and the elements and the seasons and the energies that are available. And so I'm just going to read this little part that came, I think I adapted it from In the House of the Moon. And it says, like the day or the year in nature, so every life, indeed every cycle of experience, is a continuity by which old and new are linked together. So it's the old and the new, and beginnings and endings. That's the I Ching. And then each one of the Sabbats, the ceremonies, the festivals of the Wheel of the Year is dynamically positioned so as to take full advantage of powerful surges in energy. And so so we can access the full advantage of powerful surges in energy both upon the earth and the heavens. Each festival, the turning point of the wheel, offers and presents varying gifts and energies to work with and to play with and to honor. So welcome, invite, honor, play with, grow, cultivate, transform, renew, nurture life, nurture and create life with through these energies that are offered and available for us to work with. Um, yeah, because they're all part of that creation and the creation cycles of creation. And so there's also this little thing here that I'll just read. The transformative stages of a woman's life can be imagined as the seasons. With each new month, a woman's wisdom deepens. Each season, her spirit expands. So, I wanted to share some of my favorite things about Yule